Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I had a little bit of technical difficulties with the first freaking stream, so I've got to do another one. So let's do it again. Okay, here we go. Hold on a minute, let me. Good evening, YouTubers of the world, and welcome to Arizona Positive Motivator, starring I, your host, Mr. Arizona. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the new innovation of this world. Now, I've got a guest speaker. I've got a guest speaker today that wants to talk. And I'm going to set the stage for him while he starts talking. So just give me a moment. Okay. Before I get started, I'm going to give a little fire display here. So just give me a moment. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Fuck. Hold on, I gotta look it up real quick. Campfire, non-copyrighted. That way I don't get in trouble for this shit. Okay. Damn it, stupid people. Hold on. Just hang on a minute. Hold on just a second. It's taking me a little bit, so just give me a moment. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, that'll be getting started. All right, let's get busy here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are in this world at this moment in time. I am a special guest speaker sent by Arizona to tell you some very important knowledge. You see, life itself is never easy. It's never simple. It always complicates itself because we make it complicated.
What's up, Mills?
It's always
How you doing, sweetheart?
harsh because we make it
Oh,
harsh.
I'm doing excellent, honey. Good to see you.
You see, life, the only reason why life is so difficult is because we neglect the simplicities of it. For instance, day is day. We know this when the sun comes out and brings light upon the earth. Night is night, and we know this because when the sun goes down, the darkness prevails, and the stars come out and all of that. Simplicities of life are day is day, night is night, and the seasons change and evolve accordingly. For instance, winter is when everything goes to sleep, supposedly. And during the summer, or should I say spring, is when everything comes to life. The new dawn. Then the summer is a celebration of life. Then when the fall comes and the leaves fall off the trees and the birds sing their last song, everything prepares to go into its winter slumber once again. And the cycle continues in an endless circle from spring, summer, winter, fall. Oh, sorry. Spring, summer, fall, winter. Spring, summer, fall, winter. It's constant. But we as human beings complicate life so much because we overthink things. We undervalue our thoughts, feelings, and process. And we overthink and neglect who we really are, who we really want to be in life, and who we have become into now. Are you truly content with yourself? Or do you always want something more out of life? You see, the possibilities of life are endless. And the vision is very widespread. But a lot of people do not see that because they place blinders upon their faith, where they only see one way. It's supposed tunnel vision, and you only see one part, not all the other factors that are involved. For instance, in an argument, when two people quarrel, a lot of the times through favoritism or through many, many other factors, the first party is heard quite clearly, but the second party is not heard or understood at all. And you see, in order to complete a story, one must see both sides of the coin, not just one. Reflects. When you look inside the reflection of a mirror, the mirror only reflects your own self. It only reflects a version of you. But did you ever stop and think what it is like on the other side? What it is like looking from the mirror back at you? What does your reflection say? It says nothing. It only says what you tell it to say. Because the reflection in the mirror is you, and you have the power to control it. You have the power to allow it to speak, allow it to say things. You know? You only have the power to allow your lips to move, and therefore the mirror mimics what you say and do. It's kind of a false sense of security. It's an insecurity. Because a lot of us live in this mirror type lifestyle. They don't see what's on the other side. They don't care about it. They only see what the mirror reflects back at them. They don't care about what's going on over there. They don't care about the other point of view. They don't care about the other side. It's like, for instance, if you were to observe a complete family from nothing but a window.
Shout out to Millsy. Good to see you. Hope you're doing
You would
well as
only
well.
see
I'm doing great.
Part of what is transpiring. You wouldn't be able to see the full view because you're not on the other side watching and listening to everything. No.
Shout out to the
you're
livers
just
in the
sitting there
audience.
inside the window, just watching activity and making your own assumptions and making your own judgments. And that's what's majorly wrong with this world today. Because people are so obsessed with their own views and their own thoughts and their own process that they fail to understand nor manage the other people's point of view, the other person's thought process, because they don't care to listen. And that is a major problem in this community. When something goes wrong, when something goes haywire, people tend to freak out. And what do? Very first thing, they cling on to something that's familiar to them. They cling on to something that is tangible to them. Whether it's a friend or family member or, something of that nature. It's the way they do it. It is the way a lot of people operate. They panic. And within that panic, they want to cling on to the very first thing that is solid, tangible. But you know what I mean? It's like falling off a cliff and you grab onto the first rope you see. Whether it's sturdy or not, you don't care about it, as long as it holds you up. And that is a problem with a lot of the court systems that are out these days. A lot of these court systems, they do not care whether you are guilty or whether you're innocent. Sooner or later, they're going to get some kind of conviction, some kind of result out of it, regardless of who's in the right and who's in the wrong. They will get something out of it regardless. That is the same with any YouTube argument. It doesn't matter who's right. It doesn't matter who's wrong. Somebody is going to get something out of it regardless. Somebody's going to take something away or bring it back regardless of how it turns out, regardless of how the outcome is. And it's true in so many different ways. And it's really sad because one cannot be honest and actual reality, regardless of somebody is getting something out, because regardless, and it's true, out of it regardless. That is the same with any YouTube argument. It doesn't matter who's right. It doesn't matter who's wrong. Somebody is going to get something out of it regardless. Somebody's going to take something away or bring it back regardless of how it turns out, regardless of how the outcome is. And it's true in so many different ways. And it's really sad because one cannot be honest and
I meant to say non-biased. Am I correct?
Arguments are a waste of time,
Hold on just a second.
regardless. Somebody's going to take something away, but it's true. One cannot be non-biased because it is very difficult to do so. Because regardless of whether you're non-biased or not, you're still looking to get something out of it. Whether it's knowledge, peace, or whatever the case may be. It always happens that way, regardless. In an argument, somebody is getting something out of it, is benefiting from it. Either it's something to take away or it is something to put in. It's always the same, every single time. And that's why arguments are a waste of time. Because regardless of how you or I think, or how you or I analyze the situation is still going to be the same no matter what. Two people dislike each other, two people fight, two people argue. But in actual reality, regardless of what these two think of each other, regardless of what these two feel about one another, the end result will still remain the same. One person will continue to dislike the other, no matter what. The outcome is always the same. It never changes. You know, there's plenty of YouTubers that are being called, so-called flip-floppers, and it's not that they're flip-floppers. They're, what do you call, indecisive people. That means they cannot decide a complete and clear decision from one day to the next because their mind and their sight are clouded. And it could be many, many different things. It could be influence from their peers. It could be even influence from their own mind. It could be many, 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 many different factors.
That is true on so many different levels. See, we here on YouTube, we argue, fuss, and fight. Even in real life, we do the same thing. We constantly argue, we constantly disagree, there's constantly a clash of different opinions, different views, different feelings, many, many, many different things here. But regardless of who is in the right and who is in the wrong, regardless of what that is, the outcome of the argument is going to be one and the same. It doesn't matter whether you like this person or whether you hate this person. It doesn't matter whether the both of you feel the same way. Regardless of how you feel about the opposite person that you're arguing with. Regardless of how you feel about it, the outcome is always going to be the same. It's like when two people get into a bar fight They get into a fight, then they realize, why are we even here? Why are we even doing what we're doing? When regardless of how the argument turns out, you're still gonna not like that person, and that person is still not going to like you. So once again, what's the point of even arguing or fighting in the first place? Because indeed, it is a waste of time. Because in an argument, nothing ever gets solved. Nothing ever gets, rectified. It always winds up being the same way. But you see, to actually have a full-blown conversation with somebody, to actually talk with them, like man to man or woman to woman, to actually speak with them where it's on civil ground. Where there's no name calling or insulting or even raising of voices or threats or anything. But to where you guys are not each other's enemies or friends, but you are as equals. And you treat each other accordingly. For instance, there are some people on this platform that I flat don't like. There's people on this platform that I flat don't like. And there's people on this platform that flat don't like me. But do we have to constantly talk about one another? Do we have to constantly basically complain about one another? No, we don't even have to go that route. We don't even have to do that. We just agree to disagree and move on. Simple. So anyway, let's continue for a little bit.
I'm neither simplistic, I'm neither complicated. Always fair.
Hold on, I keep skipping
And
around.
it could be many, many different things. It could be influence from their peers. It could be even
I'm just going
influence
to let
from their
this
own
thing run.
mind.
I apologize for the
It could be
skipping.
many different factors.
Now there is a pause for a little bit, but I'm sure it'll come back here. So just I'm just going to let this thing run for a little bit and see where it goes from here. Once
That is
again,
why I stated in my stream earlier that life is never easy. It's never simple. And it's not always fair. But life is life, regardless of what you think about it or what you do about it. Simple conversation is for simple people. Complicated conversation is for complicated people. I'm neither simplistic, I am neither complicated. But I am what you call a little bit of both. I do not wish to be good on this platform. I do not wish to be bad. But I wish to be right in the middle, exactly, to where I take no side one way or another, but at the same time, I comment on both.
And that's true, by the way.
That is the true way to be a true mediator. Be fair to both sides. Be true to both sides. And if you're going to discipline one side, then you must discipline the other as well to keep the balance steady. And that's all I have to say.
And that's true.
Back to you, Arizona. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, we just heard all that, ladies and gentlemen. Does anybody have any thoughts or feelings about what they've just heard tonight? Anything? I do admit I didn't share this stream out because of technical difficulties, but just give me a moment, and I'm actually going to share this out again. Because the last stream that I had, I kind of messed up on it, so this one, damn it. This one hopefully will be a little better. There you go. So, just kind of sharing it with my peers a little bit. Okay. Fuck it, I tried to share it out as much as I could. I'll try and share it out one more place. I shared it out last time, but I screwed up the last one, so. See, now we're getting people coming in here now. Okay, cool. Because I actually did it right this time. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, as I stated before, and I'll state it again, life is never easy. Life always has its pitfalls everywhere you go. And like I said, in an argument between two people, nobody ever wins. Nobody ever loses. Because regardless of how the argument turns out, the feelings are still going to be there. You know, when you dislike somebody, you're going to dislike somebody. When you like somebody, you're going to like somebody. It's just standard issue. Can't get around it. You know? So my point entirely is, why fight it? Why sit there and, now look at this fire. Look at this fire. I'm going to show you this fire. I'm showing you this fire right now. Fire burns. Burns everything in its path. It gives off heat, and it gives off energy. And you use that heat, and you use that energy to cook your food, to warm yourself, to change the general environment that you're in. But fire is only temporary. Because fire needs energy, things to consume to keep it going. And when you don't have anything, what happens? The fire smolders and dies. And then you're left with nothing but a pile of ash. And basically remnants of a time long since gone. The point I'm trying to make, ladies and gentlemen, is that in an argument, there's no winners and there's no losers. Because the outcome is always constant. It is always the same thing. Regardless of how you feel about somebody, the way that person feels about you doesn't, no matter what you do to them, it's not going to change. Unless they want it to change. But I would say almost 95% of the time, no one wants to change anything. They want to leave it the same. So that's why, with a lot of people on here, especially with me, a lot of the times lately, when I get into arguments or disagreements with people, I assume just walk away from them. Leave them be, let them do their thing, and, you know, starve them with your silence. Because a fire can only burn for so long. Till it turns to ash and goes out. Because it has no more energy to feed on anymore. No more fuel. You know, an ex-friend of mine really gave me some good advice. And he stated it simply. You cannot start a fire with cheap matches. You know what I'm saying? You can't start a dumpster fire with cheap matches. Now, I've made a lot of friends on here. I've never really made any enemies on here at all. There's people I like on here, and there's people that I don't like. There's people that I prefer to be around, and there's people that I don't prefer to be around. It's just my thoughts and my process. You know, I thought I would just, change the mood of this, just for this stream. Just talk and just chit chat with everybody for a little bit. Because it is true that drama does sell. But indeed, it's like the fire presented here. It's only good for a little while. And after that, it dissipates and returns to the earth from which it was born. It's true with just about everything. You know, we're only in this life for just a moment. And after that, that moment's gone. So why not drop the petty arguments and the stupid stuff that we do on here? And you know the old saying goes, if you don't have something nice to say to somebody, then why bother saying it? Why bother? Does it benefit you? Are you going to get something out of it? Does it benefit the other person? Are they going to get something out of it? 9 times out of 10, no. All they get is nothing. Absolutely nothing. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about ready to head out, but before I head out, I want to say this to you, and I want to say this to my whole entire community. I want you to look up instead of looking down. I want you to fucking go high instead of go low. I want you to look for the positive in people instead of the negative. I want you to build yourself up instead of knocking yourself down. I want you to be the best of the best of the best of the best. Because that's my whole intention. That's my whole intent. That's my whole goal on this channel. To build up the community and build up people and make them feel good about themselves instead of making feel bad. So that when they walk out of this room, when they finally get done hearing this stream, you always take a little bit of knowledge with you. Knowledge in your brain and strength in your heart. And stability for your soul. I'm not a preacher. I never said I was. I'm not a perfect person. I never said I was. But you know, if I can successfully reach out and help 1 or 2 people a day, I know for a fact that I'm doing right. I know for a fact that I'm doing something positive. Because I helped a fellow human being out. I extended my hand and I helped him stand up on that mountain with me. Instead of letting him fall down to the gravel below. Because on this platform, ladies and gentlemen, we're supposed to be building each other up, not knocking each other down. We're supposed to be telling each other how great of a job that we're doing, how wonderful of a people we are. Instead of saying negative things to one another. Because it's negativity that got us into this mess. So it's positivity that's going to get us out. That is going to be the lifeboat that we're all going to cling on to, that we're all going to help so that we can all together cross that river to the green pasture, to greener pastures on the other side. You know it's possible. You see it. You hear it every day. Come on, guys. Look in your heart. Look in your soul. And see the beautiful person that you are. From the inside out. Not from the outside in. Because like I said, beauty is only skin deep. If you want to know how real a person is to you, or how loyal a person is to you, take them out for dinner. Meet up with them. Talk with them. Converse with them. And you would understand what real people really are. Especially when you strip them of all their bullshit. Then when you see the real person hidden behind all that. Anyway, I'm about to head out because I've got to go take a shower. I've got to get ready to do all this. So you guys take care. Much love, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace, and thank you for watching. Take care. God bless.